Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Phase Live. This week we have the legend Plish from Hylo, and I'm joined also by Chris and Gotto. Just stoked to actually be chatting to you today, brother. How you doing, dude? How you doing, Plish?
Doing great, doing great. Thanks for having me on, boys.
Yeah, dude, you guys have been on an absolute roll the last couple months. I don't think I need to really give a reason as to why. What you guys have built has just been such a needed DeFi tool. And yeah, you guys just have no there doesn't seem like you're slowing down at all, even in even in these market conditions. So yeah, I thought we'd just kind of keep this somewhat casual. You know, it's Thanksgiving tomorrow, so shout out to all our American friends out there. Yeah, so I don't know if we want to maybe go a little bit into like how's everyone feeling about the market at the moment. I know it's been a bit crazy. I know Chris, myself, and Gotto have definitely added to our Excel positions, but yeah, I'd just love to hear your guys' thoughts. Chris, you want to go? And Chris, I think your fan is maybe your fan's hitting your mic.
Hold up.
I can see that plant on the right of you going crazy.
Get blown away here. It's so hot at the moment in South Africa. It's literally like, I think today was 38 degrees Celsius. Anyway.
Fahrenheit, that's like 90 something.
A lot. But look, I think, I was just saying to someone else, it's always the darkest before dawn, right? Whenever things are really bad, generally that's when you should be buying, doubling down, kind of expanding your positions and stuff. And when things are overexcited and everyone is, calling for 250K Bitcoin, that's probably when you should be selling. I was looking at the weekly RSI on the total crypto market cap, and that's sitting at a really, really nice oversold level right now, where it's bounced from the trend line historically twice in the last year. So I'm hoping for a little bit of a kind of relief rally from these levels. Hopefully we see Bitcoin back over 100K, Solana maybe back towards the 200 mark. That would be great. But obviously, we never know. Like with crypto, no one has a crystal ball, right? You never know what's going to happen. I think this dump caught everyone off guard. So that's kind of my thoughts at the moment. Hopefully December will be a better month. Going into early 2026, we'll see some positive price action.
It's a good overview. Gotto, how do you feel, bro?
Yeah, I feel good, dude. Honestly, like I'm not really as technical as Chris. If I see blood in the water, I'm buying. And if I see green, I'm holding the top and rotating it back all the way back down and buying more, dude. So I feel good, man. Honestly, I'm just accumulating bags that I believe in, right? And just working. I think that's like what you got to do. You kind of just got to heads down, grind it out, believe in your bags, and that's it.
Yeah. No, I think that's a nice segue into, Plish, and maybe giving your overview, how you feel about the market and how kind of, Hylo has been built to kind of help weather that storm for people and take advantage of these kinds of situations.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a brutal couple weeks, I think, price-wise for everybody. But I don't know, it's kind of like a bloodletting in the market, right? And there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of uncertainty, right? Geopolitics, Trump going crazy, tariffs, China, Venezuela, God knows what's going on at this point, right? People are spooked. The first thing to sell off is risk assets. Even the stock market saw some like jarring kind of moves. Big like unwind on AI inbound. That could be a thing too. Like, there is just a lot happening, and like the last thing on people's minds is crypto. But yeah, that is a segue into why XSOL works and why X assets are really ideal for that, because like all these crashes, right? These like big events like the 10-10 one and subsequent, there's a lot of manipulation that happens around like large tranches of leverage, right? You see these big bands in like the liquidation heat map, and like if you're kind of in charge of setting prices and you can dictate like the direction of the market, you want to catch people off sides and crash through some of those liquidation thresholds on the short side and the long side. So like with Hylo, you don't have to worry about being caught off sides in that way, because even if you're really wrong, you're still fine. There's no liquidation.
It always goes up eventually, doesn't it? But yeah, I mean, I think that was kind of that was the kind of thing that I think everyone kind of just saw as so valuable, from what you guys provided, was like a low risk leverage position that it doesn't liquidate, that you can always kind of like, you can always have that like return arc, whereas
you can come back.
Exactly. Yeah. You can come back, you're not going to, get liquidated and you're just going to lose it all. And also if you're doing it on an asset like Sol, which, is obviously relatively stable, it has good adoption, right? Like it's got a lot of, institutional interest, ETF inflows are like just record breaking. It's pretty insane. You can, with some certainty know that at some point you'll probably hit break even, or your position will, whatever, increase depending on where you bought in, right? Like, shit, for all of us that bought a 220, I'm holding with you boys, like, and we'll get there eventually. But I mean, then you can also make up for it with this kind of like massive dump. And I think just, obviously as corny as it is, that what is it, that Warren Buffett quote, whatever, like, be greedy when others are fearful and fearful when others are greedy.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It took me almost 4 years to really actually let that sink into my brain and not be, too scared to take advantage of these situations. But anyway, so I know, Chris, I know you have a question for Plesh if you want to hit him with that.
Yeah, 100%. Happy to kind of start off. So my first question was for someone who hasn't got like a lot of exposure to Hylo, or no interest, or no exposure, someone who's kind of just discovering crypto and Web3 maybe. What exactly is Hylo Sol, and why stake through Hylo instead of staking natively?
Yeah, so Hylo Sol is one of our three product categories, right? So Hylo, we have our kind of X asset lane that we sell, like the X Sol and soon to be other X assets. There's the HYUSD, the stablecoin, which is a high yield stablecoin, and then Hylo Sol is a Solana liquid staking token that has pretty much outperformed every LST for, I don't even know how many epochs at this point. It's been multiple months that we're at the top of the list on Sanctum. So the validator is run by these fantastic folks at Phase Labs. And what we've done in collaboration with Phase is pretty much set up a structure where the kind of XP hounds that are on the platform can stake into a separate LST that also goes to the validator that forgoes all of its yield. And as a result, you can make this little trade-off like you see in a lot of places in DeFi for this kind of future concept of like the points and current yield. And what that's done is it's pretty much juiced up the base APY on Hylo Sol beyond 8% for the most part in multiple epochs, where you look at like Jito Sol, which is kind of like the gold standard of LST staking, that's in the 6 range. So it's significantly higher, and it's been like a really, really attractive asset for retail and some institutional players too.
Yeah, that's
Fantastic.
actually
Thanks, man. Yeah,
I think that's
Sorry,
a cool thing. No, it's a nice segue into something else as well. Is we've been really honored to work with Plish and the team at Hylo on helping them with the LSTs and then also helping manage the validator. I mean, dude, the growth that you guys have seen in such a short period of time, like I think it was almost every day we were like messaging you guys and we were just back and forth like another whatever 40K, 20K, like the growth was just insane. And it's so cool to see, right? Because I think like for app teams building on Solana, it just makes sense, right? To have a node. And obviously it's not the easiest staking environment at the moment, but what you guys have built is just it's so like fun, it's so engaging. You provided such value. And I think maybe a cool thing to go into on that is like, with you guys winning, I think you guys won Coliseum, right? The DeFi track, or
we were a winner. Yeah.
A winner, yeah. Which is so not even the winner, but it's just always cool to see that like you guys definitely came out of the gate, and went crazy. So how was that experience, and what was that like? Like from when you guys were kind of getting into getting into Coliseum, and in that mindset, like we've got this idea, we've got this thing, like how do we take this thing mainstream and blow it up?
Yeah. And before I jump into that, actually, like just the notion of staking being extremely competitive is important, because you have to beat the hurdle, right? Because there are like really, really safe ways to stake and get kind of like the baseline rate out of like a Jito client. It's really, really well aligned for startups to set up LSTs and validators pretty much. And that's kind of been our thing. It's like we have a community, we have a product, we have this kind of growth story through Coliseum and beyond. And so that's kind of what's fueled a lot of the staking success, because it's not just some validator, it's a validator attached to a movement. But yeah, the story for us, man, yeah, the Coliseum thing, we set out to build Hylo just as a standalone company, right? We met back in 24 in Lamport DAO in the Discord, and started building together. And then, kind of knowing in the back of our minds that there would be a hackathon. There tended to be one or two at least a year for Solana. And so we were encouraged by some folks close to the Coliseum team, like, you guys should try and put your hat in the ring. And it worked out. I mean, we kind of had to get our stuff together and get it pitched together and kind of really speed up development to get live. But the experience was really like mind-opening in terms of how to pitch and how to position something like Hylo, which is extremely kind of niche and exotic, and how to make that accessible and fun for users. So it was a great kind of experience in storytelling and whatnot, from like this really nerdy DeFi white paper thing all the way to a product that like normal people are using that are not traders.
Yeah, shout out to Matt and Nate and them, the whole team there at Coliseum. They've done an incredible job of like kind of helping teams, just grow at an exponential rate. I mean, you guys, there's obviously Ore as well, and I think MetaDAO and the Futaki guys were also. I mean, it's just really, really cool to just see the growth come out of that initiative, out of those hackathons.
Oh yeah, they take bets. I mean, shout out to the Coliseum boys. They're one of the few investors that's actually looking for like risk taking and new things. That's kind of what we noticed, because we tried to raise before we did the hackathon, and it was just a little too much. It was a little too risky. It was a little too new what we were doing for the general VC landscape to take us up. But Coliseum saw us and they're like, "This is crazy. Yeah, let's gamble on this," and worked out for them. Worked out for us.
Yeah, which is so funny. Now those VCs are coming clawing back, like, "Hey guys, listen, sorry, we changed our minds."
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, they're momentum investors. They're not actually like risk investors.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I mean, it's just so funny though, because as you say, momentum investors, but you guys had insane momentum, like out the gate almost. It was just like non-stop growth, like from the get-go.
Yeah.
So I want to see actually if we can let's actually get the site up, because I think that will be cool to just kind of have a look at that. Also just love the design aesthetic you guys have going as well. Like it's just super clean and cool.
Super sick.
Super sick.
Shout out Sape.
Sorry?
Shout out Sape, my co-founder.
Yeah, shout out Sape, dude. Absolutely. So Sape designed, has he designed everything?
He's kind of our product designer, and we've obviously worked with a lot of good creative folks in the ecosystem too, but he's kind of in charge of all the creatives.
All the creative stuff.
Yeah.
So for people that, I mean, if you haven't been on here, you got to be living under a rock, because this is just the best place to be. But you got your leverage position here, right? Okay, mine isn't doing super well here, but this is my smaller wallet. I did this quite a long time ago. So XP is looking pretty good there. I absolutely love the XP system. Just super cool and like just gamified, and just feels, I don't know, there's just almost a quant. That's nice. I don't know, it just feels really nice and fun. Like, I don't know, you guys just hit the nail on the head, right? With that kind of more like pixelated kind of aesthetic, kind of matching that, maybe slight like artistic
Like
NFT
Legend of
vibe.
Zelda.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah. I mean, like we call our community High Lords, right? And so like
I
a
love
little bit of
that.
this like
That's
medieval
dope.
theme. Yeah, it's like intentional.
No, I love it. And you guys have all these different like earning activities now as well. Project O, Camino, Exponent, Ratex, Loop Scale. Also great project, great team. Sick. Okay, so here's some of the private boosts. So private beta, nice. And then if we look at the leverager, I know you guys added some updates recently, didn't you, to this this view?
The P&L is improved a little bit. Like if you look at your maybe it's on the portfolio page where it shows the different positions. Where you have, if you have your XSOL open, if you go down there and expand the XSOL position, you'll see like when you open the position, and if you open a new position, it'll kind of track that too. It's kind of indexing what happens on chain, so you can see like the different entry prices, etc.
And I kind of, when did I get this? It was just like, if this was at 4, what's it? This is 2.392. So that must have been 200. That must have been $200 something. Yeah. September 22nd. So OG. Then you guys also have the earn. Maybe we dive a little bit into the earn. Like, how do you guys get such in? Or Chris, I think you had a question about the earn, didn't you? About the yields.
Yes, I think No, I didn't.
Well, so how do you think about Hylo?
Can you explain the stability pool and how? Oh no, wait. That's is it high USD stakers that earn yield?
Yeah. No, that's all connected. So the high USD, right, is a SOL-backed stablecoin. By itself, it doesn't earn any yield, and to get it to qualify for yield, you have to stake it with us. I mean, there's many ways now with all these integrations to go earn yield with high USD. You can lend it, etc. But in the core protocol, the stability pool is this mechanism that pretty much holds a bunch of the stable coins. And in the event that the XSOL leverage gets out of whack, it can permissionlessly be cranked to change some of the parameters pretty much by like swapping some of that staked high USD to XSOL temporarily until the market corrects. And this is like in really, really deep, like low collateral ratio moments. Like this is when we're below 130%. The protocol right now is at 160. In the past, it was like above 200. So it's like really, really when things are sold off and there's not enough buffer in the XSOL, the stability pool kicks in to swap some of those guys to XSOL and essentially rebalance like the state of things. The risk reward trade-off is that you get essentially all of the underlying LST yield. So the entire protocol is backed by LSTs, right? And they're earning, average of 6 to 8% a year. All of that yield is getting compressed and squeezed into just the stability pool. That's how we get these numbers that high. There's no magic. It's purely just like we got a lot and there's only a few slots. So that's how it works.
Amazing. Awesome.
Yeah, so then there's also the LST here. So let's see. So there's Hylo Sol. You guys have a really nice competitive APY on that as well. That's a really good APY. Even in this market condition, like that's super, super good. So I mean the whole ecosystem, how it works together, right? Like with all the different use of LSTs, right? There's obviously also the let me see, I actually have some of my wallet here. The it's Hylo Sol Plus, right? And that's just that's just a way to earn additional points, which is another really smart play for you guys, right? Because that yield, where does that yield go, right? Because that yield is used for his plus. That yield is used for you to get additional points, right? You give up your yield, and then you guys use that yield to help stabilize the protocol.
Yeah, it's the same mechanism that we use in like the high USD and staked high USD thing. It's just called yield amplification or yield discrimination. It's the same thing. So what you're doing with Hylo Sol Plus, like you're just giving up your SOL, you're getting an LST. That LST doesn't have any rewards injected into it. It's purely a one-to-one play with SOL. So it's like you're holding SOL. But what you've done is you've created the ability for us to stake it to our validator and then use those rewards to juice up the other side, the Hylo Sol LST. That's how we get the yield higher. So as long as there's interest in the XP system, the yield will be high.
Yeah, no, it's genius. I think I think it's a masterclass on how you could use NFTs within your DeFi ecosystem. I mean, LSTs, sorry, in your DeFi ecosystem to kind of create these different kind of, whatever. These different complementary elements, right?
Yeah.
And then
Seb,
adding,
can you look real quick actually at the stablecoin tab?
Yes.
And look at the mintable options. Like, so when you use supply on the mint, do you see it yet? Can you scroll, or is that all that's there?
That's all that's there.
All right, a little bit of
It's
alpha.
coming.
Hylo Soul is now accepted in the protocol. We just haven't pushed it live on the UI yet.
Nice,
so
dude.
we're talking about like integrating and composing LSTs into the thing. Like we started with Jito Soul, now we have Hylo Soul as well. So we're taking our own LST and pumping it into the system, and the yield is higher. So it'll be quite a lift once we can start getting some of the reserves into Hylo Soul.
Yeah. I mean, that's awesome, man. Like, I think you guys did it in such a smart way as well. Like, you kept it simple. You slowly ramped things up, right? It's like, it doesn't feel overwhelming either. You know, like you come into the site, you know what you're getting into, right? Like just the entire flow and everything, it just kind of feels very intuitive. I mean, I think there was a slight like bit of like learning curve in the beginning. I was like, okay, so I got HYUSD. That's just the stable coin representative. There's no yield to that. Then I have to stake it to get HYUSD. And then how does that staked HYUSD or that HYUSD that gets turned into SHYUSD?
Yeah.
I don't know if we did go over that now, but SHYUSD is just like is that also a representative like just SPL that then earns additional? How is that?
Yeah. I mean, if you look at our stuff, it's essentially staking tokens all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's what this is too. Like when you deposit HYUSD into the stability pool, you get the SHYUSD or the staked HYUSD. That's a liquid staking token too, but it's dollar denominated. Right. And so all the rewards that get generated by the underlying pool, they get kicked over as HYUSD into the pool, just like you do in an LST. Validator generates rewards, the operator kicks it into the LST pool. It's the same idea with staked HYUSD.
So okay, yeah.
Well, I've got another question. I wanted to ask. Okay, so hypothetically speaking, let's say someone had like, I don't know, let's say someone had 10 grand that they wanted to use on the platform. As the co-founder and CEO, what would you recommend? Like, how would you recommend splitting that 10 grand? Obviously not financial advice, but like, what would you say would be like the best strategy and the best way to split that 10 grand on the platform right now as it is?
Yeah. So obviously, not financial advice. Do your own research, read our audits, et cetera, et cetera. Read our docs too. With 10K, it depends on your risk profile. Like if you believe that we're around the kind of a bottom and there's potential momentum upward, ape into XSOL, because in terms of your like risk reward, you're getting 20x points in the XP system, and you can reap the largest P&L on the upside. If you're pure bear, then just only stake HYUSD. So just get into HYUSD from whatever stable you're already holding and stake it. If you want kind of this risk-adjusted middle play, I would say like 30% XSOL, 70% staked HYUSD. And that'll essentially guarantee you some upside while mostly just farming yield. And the XP profile is a little bit better. Staked HYUSD doesn't get a ton of XP on purpose because the dollar yield is nice enough.
Right. Got you. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that sounds like good fun. I mean, not whatever. I'm not going to say good financial advice. I'm going to say that sounds like good advice.
Yeah,
but not financial advice.
I'm curious. So you guys have had like a lot of really good partners, and the thing I love about Hylo is that it just feels so gamified. The way like there's different multipliers for different partners, and how did you guys kind of pick out those multipliers, and what do you think is like, I guess kind of same thing as Chris, like what's the best way to go about these like DeFi add-ons for holding like XSOL or HYUSD and like entering these loop scale vaults, and what's the best way to play like points on that?
Yeah, so I mean, with that one, we try to actually keep the baseline rate of XP the same across the integrating partners, just so that we're not playing favorites necessarily. So like if you, let's say, deposit into a liquidity vault in Camino, like HiUSD, or if you deposit HiUSD into a looping kind of lending vault in Loopscale, we try to just award that 5x. However, where it gets interesting is when you involve like Exponent and RateX, where you can now like amplify up your points exposure on the underlying assets. That's where it gets kind of crazier. We have so many integrations at this point that it's like kind of, it's like a wide open field of how you want to strategize, and that's intentional. It's also part of our growth strategy, which is like essentially distribution through integration, right? We wanted these things to be useful and plug and play everywhere. We're not trying to be like, well, we'd like to be an all-in-one platform or like the home for everybody, but like we are an issuer of assets, and we want those assets to get into the system. And so all these fun little partnerships create opportunities. I'm personally in PTX Sol on Exponent. Like I have a very large bag that I minted at a very bad time, and to hedge out some of the loss there, I, instead of selling, put it into PTX Sol. I don't care so much about the XG, right? As a founding person on the team, I would rather have yield in XSOL terms. So this is on Exponent, yeah, and RateX has a similar thing. So if I don't know if you can click through to their market, you may be able to see.
Let me see. Let me see. I can share this tab now as well.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh god!
Stu, if you're watching.
Well, here it is. Here's Hylo Sol.
Yeah, look at on the front page. We've got Hylo Sol. This is one. So with these platforms, they're essentially like another layer of splitting. And so with like XSOL, I think that the vault actually expired today. What you can pretty much do with XSOL here is provide liquidity to people that want to play the game, and you just get yield on it, and you maintain your points. Or you can PT, where PT foregoes all points and just gets yield. It's almost like a zero coupon bond where you get like a discount and it comes back up to market and you gain like some crazy APY. And then on the other side, if you're a degen, you can just only get points and just forego a bunch of capital. So this is a fun one. I do this, and then what you could do with this is like take this PT and go loop it on Loopscale. So you can get PT XSOL and then go loop it to get even more PT on Loopscale. And if you're directionally confident with Solana, it kind of works out. So yeah, this one is
sick. Okay.
This is the new vault. I think they just launched this maybe today. Because it expired. I think it expired on the 26th. It's today, right? Yeah. So this is one way that I'm using it personally. I'm also in our like Camino liquidity pools because there's JTO incentives there. So Jito gave us a grant to give out JTO on liquidity providers on Camino. So that's another fun one. So hopefully that answers your question, Gato.
No, that's perfect, man. That's perfect. I'm currently like I've just been looping, but yeah, I want to try out these different ones. So I want to kind of mix some stuff up and try some different platforms. So thank you. That's sick.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. And there's a bunch of guides about this too, right? Like that's what I love about our community. They're all kind of gaming strategists. They're all on like, check out this strategy for Hylo. You go do this and go do that. And then that's fun, man. It's very creative. And I wouldn't have thought of some of these plays. It's really fun.
That's cool.
So with all of that, like, what are the kind of like, do you feel that expanding across so many different places, do you feel like it lends to more obvious risk, or do you feel like you guys have found a way to kind of temper that, quite a bit? Because one of my biggest concerns of like, I used to just put shit everywhere. And I mean, I never really had anything bad happen. Luckily on Solana, we've been pretty lucky with a lot of these bigger DeFi protocols. There hasn't really been much, in the last few years in terms of hacks or whatever, or, heavy liquidation issues or whatever. But yeah, just from your perspective, like, how do you guys like manage that across the board? And do you think like, what are things people should be wary about other than like, hey, don't ape everything you have into all like going crazy across the board?
Yeah, I mean, this is all kind of like trader discretion, right? Like, because you got to realize with Hylo, we are already taking like a very well audited LST program and using its assets, right? Mm-hmm. So that's one layer of smart contract risk that's like kind of mitigated out just because many firms have reviewed the LST pool, like the staking programs that Solana generally uses. you've introduced now smart contract risk using us, right? To get this derivative, this XSOL, this HYUSD on top of that. To go use a partner platform is the same thing again, right? And so you're kind of stacking linearly like the level of risk. The way that we mitigate this is through just kind of capping what can be deposited. We try to keep things from getting out of hand, because if we let people deposit infinitely, it could throw things out of whack on our end too, right? Because we need ratios to be correct. We need the CR to be high. We need the protocol health to be kind of number one. And so how we do this is we just coordinate with partners in terms of how much HYUSD can be deposited here, or how much XSOL should we open up to enable the next leg of growth. So it's a very back and forth kind of discourse in terms of how that works. But yeah, all of this is kind of, you're in DeFi, right? So you got to do your research before you go and deploy somewhere. If you're trying to minimize risk, just hold our LSTs. They're SOC 2 compliant. The validator's SOC 2 compliant with Face.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Shout out to our SOC 2 Type 2 compliance that we reached recently, which was a hell of a headache. But yes, so very, very safe. I would not suggest anyone who wants to stay sane to do it. If you can pay for it to get done, probably a good idea. If you can't, get ready for a hell of a trip. Shout out to Devour and Jeff and Board for going through all of that on our team. But yeah, I think that's a good segue into like looking in this risk dashboard, right? You guys have all of this information here for users to look at as well. Current collateral ratio. Not that I understand most of this, if I'm very honest, but it's green.
Yeah.
It's green, so that's good. Green is good. So, I think that's what people mainly are looking for. But yeah, so if people want to have a look, you can go on the site here and look at the risk dashboard. I think a cool place to get into here is the protocol stats, right? Because not too long ago, you guys had a tweet out. A year ago, our team pitched the Coliseum on introducing new primitives to Solana. Liquidation-free leverage with XSOL and a fully native stablecoin, HYUSD, offering unmatched yield. Since public launch 4 months ago, this post was on October 27th, Hylo has grown from 0 to 100 million TVL. Only possible in Solana. That's what we like to see. Unbelievable, dude.
Wild.
Huge. Like, absolutely insane.
Wild.
So can you tell us a little bit about how that felt as a team, just growing that fast? How was the champagne? Did you guys get some Cristal? I don't think that's actually a good quality champagne.
Nah, man, it's grind all day, every day. We don't celebrate till a billy. Like, there's nothing.
Yes,
like
dude.
it. Great,
yeah.
100 million. Next, what's the next milestone? That's kind of how I think. But and also, yeah, we're down right now just because the Solana price is down. But if you looked at, we should probably put a SOL denominated TVL on here. SOL denominated, it's a straight line to the right. So even in the dip, people have been accumulating. On DeFi Llama, you can see that, Seb, in case you wanted to see that.
Okay. Well, I mean, even just looking at you guys, look at your liquid staking tokens. Look at this.
Sure, straight to the right.
And look at this, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, boom, 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 boom. Fucking crazy, dude. Just unreal growth. Yeah. No.
What happened on September 9th?
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe you know what happened? Plish shaved his head.
Yeah.
Plish, are you coming to Bald Point 2025?
I will be there. Yeah. I mean, it's at Abu Dhabi. Like, I need to be on that. But
I know. How are you not on that, dude? Okay.
I'm not known enough. I don't think I'm known enough.
Everyone in the comments here, please. Everyone tag. Yeah. Tag Vibu and be like, bro, you got to add this legend on here. If you got to take a snapshot of him on stream, please give us a smile, give us a nice. There we go. Wait, no, give me a second. Let me. I gotta get a snap here, dude. Oh, there we go. Perfect, bro.
Vibu, if you're watching, get me on there, bro.
Come on.
It is just kind of hilarious that it's just become such a thing in crypto now. I don't know. Actually, I was actually very lucky. For some reason, either I have really good genetics. Wait, let me get this up quickly. Or something. But I actually was bored recently. I don't know if you knew this.
No.
Let me just get it up here. But for some reason, it just all grew back really quickly. So
when was that? Dude, when was that?
Yeah. No, it's just like the other day, dude. But
Bro said,
You know?
"It's me, Borat."
Yeah. So
Really,
and
dude.
yeah, but luckily it all grew back pretty quickly. So yeah, I don't know what's happening there genetically, but
Yeah, let me know how you did that, boss. Let me know how you did that. I'm just trying to figure it out.
I just poured some water on my head. I got some of that Hims, hair growth stuff, bro, and it just, it seems to work.
Rubs a
No,
little
but
bit of Bantwana oil.
yeah, yeah. No, but like legitimately, I think the success of Hylo, is a testament to not just Plish's hair or lack of, but the team as a whole. You guys have done an incredible job, dude. Like I remember,
Oh yeah.
I remember meeting you all. So for anyone in the audience, I met Plish at Mountain Dow. That was in August. That was literally, dude. That's actually crazy. I forget, like it was literally over here.
Feels like forever ago. Yeah.
And we were hanging out, and dude, honestly, when Plish is working, it is like, dude, he's there. He's got his work goggles on. Do you have them on you, dude? I don't know those
yeah, no, I do. Where those guys go? Oh,
dude,
yeah.
and he's just sitting there. Yeah, dude. I love it, dude.
Oh,
I love it,
man.
dude. It's like
You look like
it's
you're
like
at the shooting range.
Yeah. They're just gunners. Like, the pro gamers in like South Korea and shit use these.
it's like
They're
having
sick
these
for-
Vipers,
for
dude.
playing.
And he's just sitting there, and he's just literally, bro, just going at it, dude. And then this is the success you see from it, So, yeah, all right, dude. Now we zoom
Where's
in.
the
Now we
shade,
zoom in.
bro?
All right, so we're going full
Wait,
in.
are you doing it? We zooming, dude. I don't know if God has got a pair, but anyway. Have you guys got anything planned for Breakpoint? Anything specific? Any big announcements? Anything people can be excited about?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me talk about that a little bit. So the whole team will be there. Like, it'll be a good chance to meet folks. We are not doing a specific event. We may keep your eyes peeled. There may be like a happy hour, but it's not on Luma. It's going to be kind of like an ad hoc thing. I will be speaking at the Solana Money Summit, and so that's in the Hilton that's next to the Etihad Arena, right? So, we keep cutting out, Seb? What's going on?
I think
Yeah.
Chris tried to go to the speaker view. I tried as well. That gets all four of us in like a together. Otherwise, so we can cut the screen out. But I think we'll just leave this up. Otherwise, I'll just actually stop sharing this, and then it'll bring us back. There we go. Back to
Yeah, then we're normal. Okay.
There we go.
So yeah, with Breakpoint, there is the Solana Money Summit. That's kind of like DeFi oriented, stablecoin oriented. It's going to be a super kind of like tighter technical side event with a lot of cool folks from the foundation. And I saw the list of startups. It's like all of our friends, like everybody that we want to be around. I'll be speaking at that on the 12th. So that's next to the arena during Breakpoint at Solana Money Summit. We will be announcing a couple things. One, which I can kind of get into here, is what our V2 may look like and what we're currently planning. And then the other thing that I want to mention, which is exclusive to this stream, which I won't probably talk about at Breakpoint, is season 1 is coming. Season 1 will be very important.
Oh, damn, dude.
There will be. I just want to get people a little bit gassed up on the fact that season 0 is ending. There will be a conversion of crowns from the XP system into something useful in season 1, and then the season 1 crowns will become even more useful.
Oh my goodness!
So start stacking up, guys. Like that's this is the time.
Say less.
Let's get some hype in the chat, man. Let's get hype.
Yeah.
Like I want to see some people going like, dude. You never know. Maybe even just getting hype in the chat. Maybe get some crowns. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to put that out there. Get some hype crowns.
You get a crown.
Yeah, you get a crown. You get a crown. Actually, well, now you have to make a meme like that, dude. Say, dude, your design magic. Let's get a Oprah. You get crowns meme. That'll be absolutely amazing.
I want to take a quick picture of all of us with our glasses on. So I'm going to quickly try and change the layout. I'll pull everyone else out if it cuts out. Give me 2 seconds.
There we go.
There we go.
Let's go,
That's much
dude.
better.
Mine are less cool, but they help my eyes.
Yeah.
All right, ready to do a screenshot, boys.
Let's go, boys.
Everyone, make a strike a pose. There we go. I see gold hacks jumping in there with a comment to make sure that they're in the screenshots.
There we go. There's the crowns, dude.
Shout out
There's the
Gold
crowns.
Hey.
No, that's awesome, man. I'm super excited. This is actually, oh, holy shit, 713 people in here. As soon as you started mentioning
Wild.
crowns and the thought of a token, people have come rushing in. Guys, it's not happening right now. Season 0 is ending, and then season 1 is coming. Dude, can you guys get like would it be crazy to have like a little game in there? I don't know why, like getting a little bit crazy here, but I've been playing too much Game Boy Advance recently. Like,
Oh,
imagine a little
God.
game
Here we go with the
within Hylo,
Pokemon cards again.
Oh no, we're not. No, not today. Not today. No more Pokemon cards. But I don't know why Hylo has like Hylo's got this like feeling that I almost feel like there could be like a little game to it, like an adjacent like Hylo game. I don't know why. I can
That
see
would
it.
be sick.
I want to hear ideas about this. Like, I was a fan. I don't know if you guys were Drip users. Like,
Yeah.
To say that.
The little treasure game in Drip
Yes.
was amazing,
Yeah,
simple,
so
dumb.
sick.
Yeah, like I think I heard from Vibu. He like spoke at one of the Coliseum things where he was just like they had to like optimize a bunch of performance around that game because millions of people were constantly playing it. That'd be sick to do something like that. I think like a little bit of a gotcha element.
Yeah. Like you could win some
a good point
crowns.
taken.
Like maybe it's like you walk up, you get a chance at winning some additional crowns. Maybe there is like a requirement, right? Like maybe you can only play the game for a certain period of time, and until you make another deposit of a certain amount of, maybe it's just $10 or something. I don't know, but it's like you could maybe gamify it like that because there's that little bit of degen chance. Like, I could get like a short. I mean, this is going to be super hard to do, maybe, but like. Cool, you get a short multiplier. Oh, I got 5x multiplier for a day, but you have to be putting in you have to be putting in money, right? Like over a period of time to actually be eligible to play the game. So people aren't just like farming and getting the value without you guys growing the protocol. But I mean, maybe it's overkill, but win the HYUSD. Yeah.
That's fun. That's a nice suggestion. Like we'll talk about it.
Cool.
It's pretty cool.
As long as it's 8-bit.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. No, we understand the meta.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys got the assignment and you nailed it.
I've got another question that I did want to ask, just going back to Exol. Can you maybe explain a little bit more about how leverage works without liquidation? Like, how is that possible? Because obviously this is something that a lot of perps traders kind of face in the space and stuff. So how do you guys make it possible for people to do that without getting liquidated?
Yeah, it's a liquid token. It's essentially a token that you hold in your wallet, right? And so anything that you hold in your wallet in crypto is not something I can take without your private key, right? And so the fact that it's tokenized by default means that this is not something that can be liquidated from out under your feet. What it does not mean, though, is that it can't. The value cannot decline and you can't lose like your claim in a sense, but the system does not liquidate users. So the way that Hylo roughly works, without getting super deep into the weeds, is that it's a kind of a balancing act system between the stablecoin and the X assets. The stablecoin is backed by $1 worth of Solana at any time, right? But if that Solana goes up or down in value, somebody needs to be absorbing that volatility, and that's all of the X. That's all the XSOL holders, right? And so when the price goes up, the dollar is still worth $1. HYUSD is only worth $1, but the XSOL increases its value beyond what SOL is increasing, and that's where the leverage comes from. It's essentially like this tokenized hedge on that.
Understood.
And so as such, it can't be
brilliant.
liquidated.
It's such a
LP token.
Chris, I think we lost you.
applaud you guys for.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, so saying I applaud you guys. Really great job, and I think it's super unique that no one's done before. So big ups, man.
Thank you. Yeah, keep your eyes peeled for more X assets coming soon too. We'll talk about that at Breakpoint a little bit. So we're trying to open up the
Amazing.
gates to other assets.
You said you're doing a talk on the stage on a stage, hey Plish?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh,
Yeah.
Don't miss that, guys.
Not Breakpoint main, but like the Solana Money Summit.
Nice. Awesome. Well, Chris will be there. I unfortunately won't be at Breakpoint, but Chris definitely, I'm sure we'll be able to get a little bit of footage of that. That'll be cool. Maybe even get a little bit of like a little mini chat with you going on there. Chris is going to be there representing FaZe, and he's going to be doing content. I'm unfortunately not going to be at Breakpoint. I want to be in Miami for Art Basel, which I'm actually pretty stoked for. But yeah. Otherwise, let me see. Is there anything else? I think we've kind of gone through a lot of our questions today. I think something cool, as well, just to highlight, right, is like another post that you guys put out not too long ago. Hylo in numbers, right? Team of 3. You guys are still 3 people, right?
We are. So if you count, so we have 4 kind of core team members. There's 3 co-founders, 4 including an engineer on the team, and then we have like 1 community mod. So amazing. I mean, in terms of people that are like producing, yeah,
it's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Shows what you can do.
That's insane. That is lean, super lean.
Yeah, small team with a strong vision.
Yeah. We don't really like fat, right? We want kind of just elite people and people owning things, and that's kind of how we structure our company and how we spend our money, pretty much too.
It took us a little while to get our so we obviously have like at the top of the stream for anyone viewing, you can see there like FaZe is the parent company of a couple different businesses that we run. Netrunner. Also, I got a little notification there. Soul Cross is $140. Let's go, baby.
Oh, really?
Nice. Yep.
Nice.
That's what I just said. Let's go, dude.
Shout out to Mark.
Yeah. And then we've got Aero. So Netrunner is our Solana tax tool. We got Aero, which is our ecosystem contributor stake pools. We delegate like 1 million plus sold to validators. And then Sentinel, which is the company SOC 2 Type 2 certified validator infrastructure. We obviously help Hylo and run their validator. But I think we have about a team of 17, 18, which is obviously took us a little while to kind of get together. But I can definitely see, obviously, if you got a small team and you can cohesively work together and you have a strong vision, it's just a no-brainer. Like we've now in the last few months, really reached the point where each of these different teams are really executing on a high level on each of these different products. But it's tough, man. It's tough. But we keep rolling. Other than that, I think, Godo, do you have anything else you wanted to add, Chris? And then we could probably end off here, and then I'm going to do a little bit of a Netrunner segment at the end just to promote our little Black Friday.
Yeah, I think the only thing I just wanted to say is, Plish, it's been a real pleasure having you up here today. Big ups on all of the hard work and the great things you guys have done. Really, really look forward to meeting you and hanging out at Breakpoint. Yeah. We can grab a repose of coffee and yeah, be cool to meet you in person, man.
Yeah, it'll be great. Looking forward to it, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. I got no questions. Honestly, I was, it's funny. I was gonna be like, all right, the DGen's gotta know like when's season 0 ending, but I chose not to, and you did it anyway, and I appreciate it, bro. You got me hyped up. I'm getting.
No, I came with messages. I came with some CMO messages.
Oh yeah, dude.
Nah,
the DMs.
I appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, Plish, thank you so much, dude. If you guys want to, obviously, please go and follow Plish. Go follow Hylo. Go check out the website. If you want to get involved, XSOL, HYUSD, all the good stuff. And just honestly, big shout out to you guys. You're doing an incredible job. And honestly, I think all of us are very thankful for giving us a fun new way to earn some high yield and potentially some nice leveraged plays on Solana.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, boys.
Oh, yeah.
It's been great. We love the FaZe Labs team and happy to kind of collab and keep doing this.
Hell yes, dude. More to come. Cool. Well, please, you can jump out if you want. Otherwise, I'm going to just go over some Netrunner stuff. We got a Black Friday deal and all that kind of thing. But feel free to dip if you want to.
Cool.
So while we have everyone here, and again, thanks everyone for coming here and listening. 828 viewers across the board. Crazy. That's absolutely awesome. So I think I'll just actually share it here, right? So recently we announced a little bit of a discount for Netrunner, specifically in kind of tandem with obviously with Black Friday. But other than that as well, right? Like we made it to the final round for Rising Star Consumer app for the Solana Breakpoint Awards. So if you guys like what we do and you want to try the product, we have this discount, we have the special, so you can go give it a go. Otherwise, if you want to support us, you can actually go to solana.com/breakpoint/awards, and you can actually go vote for us here. And mean the world to us. We are currently in private beta, but we're releasing the full app soon. And yeah, if you want to give it a go, right? We have a great deal going on at the moment. So it's 67% off, which is huge. Currently, we are we're giving Netrunner currently is only 1 sol for our opening plan. This is not going to last very long. This is ending on Friday, right? So I'll show you a little bit of how you can make use of this. But the code is BF67. BF67. You use that at checkout, and you will get 67% off on your subscription to Netrunner, which is insane. So I'll put in the comments here, BF67. Use that code at checkout for 67% off. And just a little bit about Netrunner, right? Is we're a Solana native tax tool. Our whole entire thing is to make taxes on Solana seamless and easy for everyone. You can go to our website here, netrunner.tax, and if you want to get started, you can actually just click get started. You can then log in with your email. Here I've already logged in with my email, but you'll get offered your plans here. These plans are actually changing. Our actual plan price is going to be $189 for full access. But for now, we still have the early adopter plan, so you'll get 67% off on this. You can go through the process at checkout, put in the code BF67, and you will get Netrunner for, 0.42 sol. You'll get the app for this year and the whole of next year. We cover multiple different jurisdictions. Right, we got Canada, USA, Ireland, Spain, UK, Germany, Italy, South Africa, India, Australia, New Zealand, Japan. You get 100,000 transactions on your plan, which is unheard of. So 100,000 transactions on your plan. We also have auto labeling. We're about to release an update to auto label perps on Flash Trade, on Jupiter. Then we're adding Drift as well, and others, and Ranger, and all these other kind of platforms. And honestly, the app has gotten to the point where within the next 2 to 3 months, there's going to be no better place to do your Solana taxes, right? We're adding different IDLs, we're getting all the different programs in the ecosystem so our program automatically labels and does as much work for you as possible. We have some really great partnerships with Soulflare and Soul Incinerator. So we're doing a lot of work with Soulflare and also Soul Incinerator with working to add the tax loss harvesting functionality into Netrunner. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. You can hit us up on our Twitter at netrunner.tax or netrunnertax, or you can DM myself personally, and we'll happily answer any questions. You can also jump in the Discord and come ask some questions there. But yeah, again, thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Chris, do you have any closing words? Gado, do you have any closing words?
No, I just want to say a big shout out to everyone who joined today. We love you guys. We appreciate all of you. We've got another great show coming up next week. And we do these every Wednesday. So pull in, come say hi. I am also going to say, if you aren't already, be sure to give Seb a follow Gotto. You can follow me as well if you want to. And yeah, hope you guys have a fantastic week further, and we'll see you next week.
Sweet, guys. Gotto, anything from your side?
Yeah, dude. No, that was a sick stream. I love Hylo. So super stoked that they jumped on. Are we allowed to talk about who's on next week's stream?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Well, actually, Chris, do you want to go into a little bit about next week's stream? What do we have planned?
So next week's stream, we aren't revealing anything just yet because we are finishing some fine little details. So all will be revealed in the next couple of days. But yeah, stay tuned for who we've got on next week's stream and what's happening.
Oh yeah, and actually, you know what? Before we go, I'm going to show a little test account we have here that we use for Netrunner some testing. So you guys can actually get a little bit of feel what it looks like on the app when you get in. So you can see your capital gains here, your net income, expenses, total transactions. You can see your portfolio review here. You can actually see your progress bar across the different wallets. When you add them and they get synced, then you'll actually see your progress, how far you've actually, how much the program or the system is actually automatically labeled and reconciled your transactions. See your capital gains here. See your income, expenses. You got your different tax reports that you can generate over here. Then you go to the transactions tab and you can actually see each of the different wallets. We actually just did an update here. You can see your inflows and outflows. You have, your different wallets you can select here. You have different, sorting options. You can choose what labels you'd like to look at. You can even select specific programs. I'm not sure if I actually have one of these wallets using Meteora. Let's see. No, none of these wallets use Meteora. So you won't be able to see. Actually, they should. Let's see. Does one of them use Meteora? Anyway, so you can basically select this option, and there we go. You can actually look at specific programs, so you can go and label those transactions as needed. Then you got your settings, choose your jurisdictions, your wallets. Full sync over here. Really nice new updates that the team's put out. You can get your accountant on, and you can check your reports. We have really, really cool updates on the way as well. We have a fun redesign happening as well. We're going to add some more features here. We're going to add some more little kind of things, as I alluded to with Soul Incinerator. But yeah, we'd love for you to join us. Huge discount on at the moment. If you have any questions, hit us up on Twitter or join the Discord, and we'll happily, answer. But all in all, have a good one, guys. Cheers.
Peace out. Take care.